Initially we heard that Egypt, Turkey and Pakistan would be the mediators in the Israel-US, Iran war. But later we heard only about Pakistan as the mediator. Over the past 15 months, the US and Trump has upset major global power in the world, first unilaterally imposing tariffs, inviting leaders of various states and insulting them in the White House. His rhetoric, behavior and language was unbecoming of a US president. So when this war which was started by the US seemed unnecessary, unreasonable and unagreeable to every other major power, NATO countries, UK, France, China, Russia, Japan and others, all of them remained aloof and quiet or bluntly stated that they would not be joining this war. And added, it's not their war. So they had no one to intervene, except one country aggressively pitching itself to be a mediator. And that country is already known as the epicenter of terrorism and where Osama bin Laden was killed. Most importantly, Trump could dictate terms to them. More than a mediator, Pakistan would act as a messenger between the warring countries. And the reason you agree to someone in between as a layer is because it gives you leverage. If Iran backs out or disagrees, the US can say they never offered a hand of peace, and some mediators were speaking by themselves. Hence why the two parties in a deal prefer a broker to blame and thrash if things go wrong. Iran was clear it wouldn't back down, and while it was bombing its foes, it needed a break to rebuild its armory, sell its oil, and collect some funds to fight again if needed. Pakistan is a country with a bad reputation in the world. They bred the Taliban, they gave refuge to Osama bin Laden while acting like they were friends of the US and supporting them in finding him. They have literally no respect, neither because of their economic standing or moral standing or their double standards. So they were aggressively pitching themselves to change their image and reputation as a peacemaker country. Besides, they knew if the war goes to an extreme and if a nuke were to be dropped, they would have to bear the brunt being a direct neighbor of Iran. The other countries are relieved this ceasefire happened, and don't really care who takes credit. But what about Israel? Would they be party to this ceasefire? Most big Eastern countries have already cut deals with Iran to let their oil tankers pass through Hormuz Strait. Trump must go now. Protesters gather outside White House seeking US president's removal after ceasefire with Iran. Allegations are on, started with Make America Great Again and ended with Making Iran Great. Pakistan got an opportunity to rebrand themselves as a peacemaker, though the world knows it's at the dictate of US. And US too wanted a break from the pounding and the heavy losses they had to endure from Iranian drones and missiles. And wanted to avoid the war from reaching the American mainland, where the people are already upset with the war, and Trump, who like to believe, started the war with instigation from Israel. They were more upset when the US intelligence stated that Iran doesn't pose a threat to America.